Happy holidays, everybody. This is Chibi, and this is going to be day 4 of 12 Days of Anime. Today is going to be something a little bit special. I'm going to be looking back at one of my favorite series of this year of anime 2013. It's going to be Hataraku Maou-sama. This series, man, it just, wow. There's a lot of things I want to cover about the series, but there's one thing in particular. I'm going to actually cover the first episode, because when you're watching an anime, usually it's the first episode that makes you want to either continue watching the series or want to drop the series. And Hataraku Maou-sama managed to capture my attention with what they did the first episode. So anyways, let's begin. Hataraku Maou-sama, man, the way it began right at the beginning, the first 3 freaking minutes of the episode was insane. I mean, it was just so intense and crazy. It's so different from actually what Hataraku Maou-sama really stood for as a series. Because the first 3 minutes of the actual first episode was so freaking intense with the crazy gore, the violence, the action, just all around, it was just something different. The animation style was even different compared to the rest of the series. But that really is what got so much comedy value out of this series because of that freaking beginning. It managed to capture my feels right at the beginning of this episode to make me want to continue watching it. And then it moves over to basically getting to see how our major Demon King and his basically manservant turns into humans. And they have to deal with the freaking world and actually humanity on Earth in Japan. It's really cool the way it was set up, and it's a really unique story. And the way the first episode managed to show you how a freaking crazy Demon King that's super powerful, shooting blasts like crazy, and it turns around and becomes a dude that works at McDonald's. What the freaking hell? I mean, when have you ever seen something like that? It's something so unique, and Hataraku Maou-sama managed to play that role really freaking well. Of course, Demon King hero type anime is something we see as a norm many days in anime. But this anime managed to shine among the rest of a lot of different anime this year because of the comedy value they managed to add into it. I mean, getting to see how they're like have a messed up language. They have a different language from Japanese. So it really gives you that otherworldly feel in the series right at the beginning, the way they're talking in like their original tongue. So when freaking cops come up and see them when they're in there for the first time, like in the actual world, they're like, oh, they must be foreigners and all that. And they're like, all cosplaying about to use their powers and stuff. It's really freaking comedy gold getting to see that because they think they still have their magical powers. I mean, they just look like freaking retard cosplayers. And there's nothing wrong with cosplayers. It's just so much comedy. It's just so hilarious. And Hataraku Maou-sama did so good. I mean, getting to see how Mao in the middle of this episode also was like trying to debate life or death situation. Should he like use his magic to make fries? That just like to fix the fry making machine. That is really something hilarious. Just all around, this episode had enough amount of comedy to actually keep my interest and want to continue watching the series that lasted only 13 episodes. Sadly enough, the series didn't really have a conclusive ending, so that's a major disappointment, but we're not going to look at that. This is the episode 1 type look at of this anime year. Really, all in all, I recommend a lot of people should watch this series. If you want some good comedy, you want something with a little bit of darkness at the like with tones, like dark tones in the background, but at the same time manages to hold that uplifting value, just fresh, heart-touching comedy, and this series is definitely for you. And it does have fan service, but not so much fan service that it kills the series, and it is something interesting to watch. I'd recommend it. Well, everybody, this is going to be the end of day 4 of my 12 days of anime. What do you think is going to be on tomorrow? What do you think which anime is going to be? Tell me in the comments below, and tell me if you enjoyed today's 12 days of anime. You all be safe, have a wonderful day wherever you live, and please stay safe on those roads if it's snowing anywhere, because I care about all of you, and I love you all. Happy holidays, everybody. Chibi out.